going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing Jones. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. But what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. Now Jones. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And 3rd and 1 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to it quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. You talk about this Giant defense. It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. He'll get this to about the 38. The Niners at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Now Purdy. And this will be caught at the 30. Very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Purdy rolling to his left. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Purdy looking to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. Well, they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. His first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Jake Moody now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Pass to Bellinger on the crossing route. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a third and short yardage call. Through the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out third and long.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On to punt, Jamie Gillen. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded at the 20. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49ers settling in for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. Sliding out of the pocket. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big third down play there for the Niners. 45 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has two options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And out of bounds all the way down at the 30. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point try now for Moody. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Brandon Ayuk capping it off with a touchdown reception. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Giants going to take over again on offense. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Well, this defense for the Niners, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On third down, Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Jamie Gillen now on to punt. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Up the gut, McCaffrey. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Pass incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just run a ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Jones. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And Barkley did not get there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready. second quarter. On is Jamie Gillen to punt this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Well, not only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. From the 22 now, here's the second down and 9. Now Purdy on the move to his left. Connects with Kittle underneath. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. First and 10 at the 48-yard line. Purdy from the gun, escaping the pressure right. Got a man, that's Ayuk. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 66 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Purdy to throw it on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Credit that to the former Georgia Bulldog, Azeez Ojulari getting in there to bring him down. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing here, Purdy steps away. That ball caught.
Some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up first and goal.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 10-yard line.
Here's Purdy. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Back to throw, Purdy. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And this Giants defense able to come up with a goal line stand. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw from his end zone, Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's... He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
But they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Taken right around the 44. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Out to his left, and he fires one incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. 70 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
It's not a huge breakaway run, but if your starting running back finishes the game with averages of 5 or 6 yards per touch, you'll take that every single time.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Kayvon Thibodeau, he beat the O-line and recorded the sack.
There were moments where Thibodeau really flashed and looked like an absolute monster as a rookie. Finished 4th in the Rookie of the Year voting. And if he gets more consistent in year 2, look out. His numbers will be big time.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Jones now. Off the play fake. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now. But unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them. After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for New York. Taken from just outside the 30. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Niners are going offense, 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they got the victory last week against the Rams, so some good momentum as they come up 1st and 10. Looking for the out route. He's got it. Complete to Kittle. Trying to defend the out route there, got the PI call.
And you know what's difficult about that one is sometimes you want to make the undercut move and go for the football, and other times just want to hang on the upfield shoulder and make the tackle. I think he got caught in between and created a foul.
Rolling to his left. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco and a pickup of 16.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Purdy. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there. It keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Purdy now to throw. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They begin with a run by Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. They'll go to Barkley again. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
A tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
Now hang on here because Saquon Barkley is in some discomfort, so we're going to have a pause here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he will have a Giants first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Now Jones.
And this will be caught. It's Isaiah Hodgins.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
Throwing Jones.
Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Jones signaling, let's go, trying to get his guys up to the line. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I bet there's a big grin on the defensive coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So, to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they can pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt.
Fielded just inside the 20. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the 2nd quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10.
Flushed out right. This one caught by Kittle. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 yards, 1st down Niners.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Being chased out left. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And they'll have time for 1 play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Jones throw.
he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to our Tiburon Studios here in Orlando. We'll take a minute and look ahead at what's to come this weekend in week number 3. In the 1 o'clock games, one that immediately catches the eye is in our nation's capital. A big test for the Washington Commanders as they get set to match up with the Buffalo Bills. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Carolina Panthers. And then lastly, the nation gets a good one on Monday night between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Bucks. Both these teams running through their final adjustments before they head out for the second half. Time for us to go back to Levi's Stadium as we'll hand it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride. He was able to run free after the catch.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, down at the 33. This is McCaffrey on the give.
81 yards on the ground for him so far.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Second down and right back to McCaffrey.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
On first down, Purdy
dancing to his left. And that is incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Purdy looking to throw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Play action. Now Purdy.
They'll roll him out right. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So many times I advocate not challenging coverage downfield, but on this play, I thought he made an excellent decision to actually do so. If that had been complete, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And that one complete to Hodgins. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On second down, here's Barkley.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Jones. He'll find Hodgins there complete.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 42. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. 2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he's going to have this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Niners' 34. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And the slot man goes in motion left.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep as he'll go instead with Barkley.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And a quick throw here. That's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Gano's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And San Francisco gets set to go here.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then tonight and see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one. Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor, and it's a 1st down.
Good job there getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
McCaffrey on the counter. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
2nd and 10.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Kayvon Thibodeau, his 2nd sack of the night.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Here's Jackson. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And New York set to take the field. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try to get some points.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover improved their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
Moody good with the extra point,
and the lead is up to 18 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Robinson.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The New York set to take the field.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
58 yards rushing for him now as he's done it on 19 carries.
After a couple of seasons of battling injuries, the former #2 overall pick returned to Pro Bowl form with over 1,300 yards and 10 touchdowns. Just as important, played 16 games and handled over 350 touches, essentially carrying the Giants' offense.
Here's Jones on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Well, that frustration, Charles, it's been building on the defensive side of the ball, and unfortunately there, it turns into a roughing the passer penalty.
Yeah, and they should be frustrated because he's picked them apart the entire game, but it's got to come out in a different way. You can't hit him illegally. Stop him downfield the way you're supposed to.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Again, it's Barkley. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
They've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores. You know that they were thinking second-half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down. But looking down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter, I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. McCaffrey, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
Dexter Lawrence finding his way through defensively for the stop.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle 3rd of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
That's the end of the third quarter.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter.
Purdy now on second down.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stop that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So on is the rookie Jake Moody for the Niners field goal.
From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Short throw going to be caught by Waller.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones.
He's got Slayton on the slant, and he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on 3rd down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it, and were able to keep the drive moving.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap? And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Able to find Waller. That's complete.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Cleveland Farrell able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones under pressure. They got him again. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
After that sack, 3rd and long, tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now Jones throwing on 3rd and long. A short one here secured by the tight end Waller. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Want a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
Desperation time now. Here's Jones.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Giants go on 4th, but come up empty. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Here's 2nd and 10.
At the 40-yard line.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Purdy from the gun.
And that is incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Purdy on 4th down.
And able to haul it in is Kittle.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
A gain of 10 and a 49er 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score. They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Throwing here, Purdy. second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the 49ers have opened up a 4-touchdown lead. Here look even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon can vent.
And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this.
Play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So they called it a touchdown. Going to get the kick off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Going to get the kick off in time.
Delay of game. Offense.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.